Not everyone will understand this, but if you do, then something in your life has already started to feel different, and you haven't been able to ignore it no matter how hard you've tried. There's been a quiet shift, subtle, almost unnoticeable at first, but now it's becoming harder to explain away. You've been feeling it in the way your energy changes around certain people, in the way your thoughts become heavier after certain conversations, in the way something inside you pulls back. Even when everything on the surface seems fine, and you haven't said this out loud, you've kept it to yourself because even you don't fully understand what's happening. You've asked yourself if you're just overthinking, if you're being too sensitive, if you're imagining patterns that aren't really there. But pause for a moment, because that question itself is part of what's been keeping you from seeing clearly. You've been holding this in quietly, trying to stay rational, trying to stay grounded, trying not to create conflict where there may be none. But listen carefully, this is not just about your thoughts. This is about your awareness, trying to break through something you've been overlooking. This matters. Think about the small moments, the things that didn't sit right, but didn't seem serious enough to question. The tone in someone's voice that felt slightly off. The way certain words carried more weight than they should have. The way your mood shifted after interactions that used to feel normal. You noticed it, but you brushed it aside. You told yourself it wasn't important. You told yourself not to read too much into it. But it stayed with you, didn't it? It lingered longer than it should have. And now it's becoming harder to ignore. You're starting to see patterns. You're starting to feel inconsistencies. You're starting to recognize that something is not aligning the way it once did. And instead of clarity, it has created confusion because a part of you doesn't want to accept what this might mean. Because accepting it would change how you see certain people, certain situations, maybe even yourself. Pause for a moment. This is where most people turn away. This is where they choose comfort over clarity. But you didn't scroll past this for a reason. You're ready to look at this differently now. Because what you've been sensing is not random. It is not imagined. It is something that has been hidden beneath the surface, something that does not present itself openly, but reveals itself through energy, through subtle shifts, through the way it affects you over time. And this is where Archangel Michael steps in, not to create fear, but to bring truth into your awareness in a way you can handle. You may not have realized it yet, but there has been a hidden influence around you. Not always obvious, not something you could easily point at, but something that has been affecting your clarity, your peace, your sense of stability. It could be a person whose intentions are not fully aligned with yours. It could be an environment that slowly drains your energy without you noticing. It could even be patterns of thought that were never truly yours, but have been placed there over time. And the reason this feels so confusing is because it hasn't been direct. It has been subtle, gradual, quiet. But listen carefully. Subtle does not mean harmless. This is the moment things begin to shift, because what was once hidden is now being revealed. Not all at once, but piece by piece, in a way that allows you to process it without being overwhelmed. You may notice that certain things no longer feel the same. You may notice that your patience for certain behaviors is fading. You may notice that you are becoming more aware of what is said and what is not said. And that awareness is not something to fear. It is something that is protecting you. As it is written, "For we are not unaware of his schemes." 2 Corinthians 2 verse 11. This is not about assuming the worst. This is about no longer ignoring what your spirit is showing you. Because the truth is, there has been something around you that was not fully honest. Not necessarily in obvious ways, but in small, consistent patterns that created imbalance in your energy. And Archangel Michael has been quietly working to bring that into your awareness. So you can step back from it without needing confrontation, without needing chaos. You have been gradually pulled away. You have been slowly made aware. You have been guided to see what you once overlooked. And now, you're at a point where you can no longer go back to not seeing it. This is the turning point. This is where clarity begins to form. And clarity does not always feel comfortable because it removes illusions that once made things easier to accept. You may feel a sense of disappointment. You may feel a sense of distance. You may even feel a sense of loss, not because something has physically ended, but because your perception has changed. And that change creates separation. But listen carefully, that separation is not punishment. It is protection. You're not losing something valuable. You are being freed from something that was quietly affecting you. As it is written, the Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Exodus 14. 14. You do not need to force action right now. You do not need to confront what you are seeing. You do not need to explain yourself to anyone. Sometimes the most powerful response is awareness without reaction. Because once you see clearly, your choices begin to change naturally. You may notice yourself pulling back without needing to explain why. You may notice yourself becoming quieter, more observant, less reactive. You may notice yourself choosing distance where you once chose closeness. And those choices are not weakness. They are alignment. You're starting to protect your energy in ways you didn't before. You're starting to recognize that not everything deserves your trust, your attention, your openness. And that realization will change how you move forward. You don't need to have all the answers right now. You don't need to label everything you are feeling. You just need to stay aware and trust what is being revealed to you, even if it comes in small pieces. Because those small pieces are forming a bigger truth. And that truth will guide you into a space where your energy feels lighter, clearer, more stable. So if you've been feeling this quiet discomfort, if you've been questioning your own perception, if you've been trying to convince yourself that everything is fine when something inside you says otherwise, understand this, you are not imagining it. You are recognizing it. And that recognition is the first step toward clarity. If this message feels like it's describing something you haven't been able to explain, you don't need to say much. You can simply acknowledge it in your own way. Even writing 222 as a quiet confirmation to yourself that you are beginning to see what was once hidden. Stay aware, stay grounded, and trust that what is being revealed to you is happening for a reason, even if you don't fully understand it yet. Subscribe for more messages that help you recognize what your awareness has been trying to show you.